You hear me? You get me? I want get in myself like a selfie. You hear me? You get me? I want get in myself like a selfie. No need another, do me rather. We stick together, it's forever. No need another, do me rather. We stick together, it's forever. You're the only one for me.
Welcome to another episode of Reggae Talk Podcast. You're listening to yours truly, Budan, at Reggae Music Forever, and I'm joined by my co-host, aka Faril.
Cha.
And I want to welcome back V Monroe.
Hello. Did you guys miss me? Did y'all miss me?
Of course we did.
Of course we miss you.
I miss y'all too.
Of course we miss you, man.
We know you had to travel the world, and and
been all over the world, and
top of the line boss ladies.
You know what I mean?
So we're glad to have your presence again.
Making moves.
Yeah. So extra.
I really think it.
Yeah, man.
You know, but ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow V Monroe. She has a line of makeup for the ladies.
Cosmetics.
Yes, very.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's really top quality.
Yeah, man.
Look at my lips.
It's popping,
yeah,
by
man.
the way.
But it hasn't been that long since episode 7.
No one.
You know, so this is episode 8, and a lot, you know, in the world of reggae and dancehall, it travels at the speed of light, and
fast.
A lot has transpired since, and we cannot get into this podcast before we talk about what happened last week. As a matter of fact, exactly last week, about 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So you guys want to talk about it?
Yeah. Free Buju Banton. Buju Banton is free, and we're happy about that.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
He's one of our icons of dancehall.
Buju Banton.
Legend.
Gargamel. So we're glad. We're happy for that. The internet went in a frenzy just to see him coming out the airport for the first time.
Yeah, man.
People in Jamaica greeted him. It was an amazing moment, you know, in dancehall reggae history, and you know, it was just good for the culture. Period. And we're glad he's out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I want to say, I remember, first of all, Buju Banton was out a day before. No one knew that he would have been coming out.
Right. It was earlier than.
What was it? He was supposed to be coming out on the 8th?
The day after, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he came out exactly a week ago.
Right.
You know, today's what, the 14th? December 14th.
Right.
And he came out the day before. And shouts to everybody on my Instagram, at Reggae Music Forever. My Instagram went crazy.
Bananas. Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, my Instagram went nuts. Like, just went through the roof. Just because of Buju Banton, and you know, the people definitely made their voices heard.
I mean, it's obvious that people missed him. You know,
people missed him.
It was a void missing in reggae music, and they're glad to have him back. So I'm anticipating a new record from Buju Banton. I'm hoping and wishing that it can come like now, so we can just
I know we gotta have patience.
Right.
He gotta spend time with his family.
Exactly. That's
he's
why.
Been gone for so long.
So yeah, we're fans, and we're so hype and happy to have him here. But we have to know that Buju Banton just got back home, so he has a life, he has family, he has to interact with them. So we gotta have patience,
Yeah, man. Buju Banton is definitely one thing I miss about Buju Banton.
Yeah.
Is what he stands for.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the music, but Buju Banton stands for something. And a lot of our artists, they just make music.
True.
But they're really not activists. They really don't. They make music. It's like going to work. You do your 9 to 5,
Buju Banton
and then you go home.
To the soul.
You're that kind of worker. Right. But then you have the other worker who they do the 9 to 5, but they do all the extra things that really make an impact.
Right.
And Buju Banton is that kind of person. He's really a true activist of the culture, and he speaks the truth. His meditation is different, and he speaks life.
Right.
And those are the artists who are legendary.
Yes.
Right.
And the fact that you came out with music years ago and people still singing the songs 12, 15 years later. My 8-year-old.
20 years.
Right.
25.
My 8-year-old loves I Want to Be Loved. And he sings it word for word.
Yo, Till Shiloh, hands down, is like the best album.
My favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite album, and it is the best album in like reggae.
Yeah, man. That's arguably the best.
Album, yeah.
That's arguably the best reggae reggae dancehall album ever. One of them.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I agree.
You know, because I mean, dance, especially dancehall, it's not really an album culture. It's more like a mixtape and thing and a rhythm thing. But as far as a body of work, it ranks at the top.
Agreed.
Yeah, man. But Buju Banton, you know, welcome back home, and I'm looking forward to the influence. I'm looking forward to the music, but more so the influence and you know, speaking up
on the culture.
Speaking up for the culture, because the only person right now who's vocal is Bounty Killer.
I was just gonna say that Bounty probably is the other artist who advocates for the culture as Buju Banton did.
The thing that I see about Bounty Killer is that
he did too much. It kind of balanced it out because he did a lot of Badman songs.
Yeah, man, but Bounty Killer, Mother Road. Yeah, man. Bounty Killer, but it seems like Bounty Killer is the only one who advocates. So after a while, especially with the new generation, like it becomes like, you know, like kind of like, okay, that's Unk.
Yeah, they don't respect it.
You know, that's Unk. You know, that's Uncle. That's Uncle Bounty. It's like they respect him, but it's like, you know, when your parents
talking to you,
talk. After a while, it's like, okay, mom.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so when Bounty Killer talk, especially amongst the new generation, that's what I realized.
Right.
It's like, okay, all right, Bounty. Yeah, man, your time pass. Yeah.
Right.
So we need more of the, you know, the legends. We need more of the legends to kind of like stand up for the culture, speak out on certain things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that kind of will hold people accountable. Someone got to do it.
And right now, I'm sure Buju Banton has perspectives that perspectives that we can't even imagine, because he's been in confinement for about 10 years, a decade. So I can't wait to hear what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, we said before we got on camera, we said we could not get into this episode without talking about Buju Banton. You know what I mean? It's that critical to the culture. So, you know what I mean? So that's Buju Banton. Glad he's back home.
Though.
Look, off topic and thing, but this week, yeah man. But this week, people, we actually came to talk things them on. You know, we have some things that we're seeing across the culture. You know, Reggae Talk podcast.
We gotta keep it real.
We see things. Keep it real. Dancehall. Yeah. It's dancehall on the boards right now. We see things.
Bombs.
You know what I mean? And then we shed light on those things. We give our opinions, and then we allow you to give us your opinions. And one thing we're seeing right now, we're seeing a certain culture on social media when it comes to sharing content.
Talk the thing.
Yeah, man. When it comes to sharing content, we're seeing a culture, you know, that has formulated on social media when it comes to sharing people things.
So you mean to tell me there's a culture on Instagram of sharing?
Absolutely.
Really?
You know what I mean?
You know there's a culture.
Yeah, man.
Don't play yourself.
I mean, if you want to go to the dictionary, culture is a way of life. Culture is a way of life, and everyone is on their phone.
Right.
Everyone is on their phone. People, you go to dinner, no matter where you go.
So he's telling me so you're saying that people share certain things? What do you mean?
Yeah. I mean we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
We're gonna get into that. But what we're seeing on social media is a culture, it's a way of life, it's the way how people we're seeing how people share things, or rather people don't share things.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So why do people share certain things? Or why don't people share certain things?
Right.
Talk the thing.
You know what I mean? So before we get into that, the social media, as it relates to our reggae dancer artists, it's you know, our market is not as big as other markets, but we do have artists who have a massive fan base.
Right.
You know, what are some artists?
We have Spice, who was the first dancer artist to get 1 million followers.
Yeah, man. I think she's
shout
at
out
about
to Spice.
Yeah, man. Big up Spice.
Yeah, she actually went into a frenzy with her new single, Black Hypocrisy.
That's actually a really good song, though. That album is very good.
Yeah, man. Good album.
And that marketing strategy was genius.
Yes.
Genius.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. And then,
but you know what?
Yeah.
It's so funny how she had to do something negative for people to actually get the point, to pay attention. It's like, why do you have to do that on social media?
Right.
Like, why do we always have to do something negative for people to start paying attention?
If it was a negative or come across as negative or self-hatred, then people probably wouldn't have shared it the way they did.
If it was a conscious awareness, they were like, that's that.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
Too deep.
People wouldn't have shared it the way they did. True. But she had to use some kind of, ploy, promotional toy.
It worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
But along with Spice, who else?
We have Popcorn, who was the second dancehall artist that went in 1 million followers.
Yeah, he has
1.2 million right now.
Yeah, about 1.2 mil. What else? Who else?
Shensia, who was also the third.
Come on.
With 1 million.
Yeah. Shensia has about 1 million followers.
And she's fairly new to the dancehall scene, so that's a big achievement for a new dancehall artist to get 1 million views. So it shows that dancehall artists are getting followers to that magnitude, man. In this time of industry.
Yeah, so we just kind of like wanted to shed some light on that end. But as it regards to sharing stuff and posting stuff on social media, we're starting to see this thing. It's starting to come up over and over and over and over. We have 1 million artists. We have it's not only artists, just people in general. No matter what you're promoting, no matter if you have a business, no matter what it is.
We watch a lot of rise of social media stars coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
DC Fly. What was his name?
Young DC, whatever his name is.
Being one of them. We have Major Hype. We have other, so it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool to get your content out there. And obviously there's going to be some kind of culture coming along with it. Because you have to kind of figure out a formula.
From that repost
effect. So you're going to have to find out some kind of formula to become social media celebrity. So this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this formula and why is this formula working?
Yeah.
And is it something wrong with this formula? Is something wrong with the pattern?
But before we even get into all of that, let's talk about some controversies. It's starting to be a recurring theme on social media where people, you have artists who are miserable about their no one is not sharing their stuff.
Yeah.
Like for example, the other day, Black Rhino, he put up some negative. What for you?
Oh yeah, so Black Rhino was pretty much upset that vloggers and bloggers were not posting, or just people in general.
He felt people weren't sharing
his content, his good music, and they would prefer him to do something negative for them to share it.
So what did he do?
So he compiled a plan where he made a negative post with a gun and saying, "Yo, enough of them blogger for dead on rare," and that caused Twins to take it up and respond, and then it just kind of
it spiraled, and a lot of people started sharing it.
It went viral. It came out later that Black Rhino, it was his plan.
It was planned
to get views. So that showed that he came up with some formula to do something that people. Something negative to get people's attention for them to repost and mention his name for relevancy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some other ones. So along with that, we have recently we have Stylogy. Stylogy is a UK artist.
Stylogy was on the same issue. He
went on a little rant.
He went on a rant when he dropped the record with Nicki Minaj and Vybz Kartel, saying, "Oh yeah, y'all counted me out. Enough people switch sides on me.
F you, don't share my stuff.
Don't share me now. When I'm about to bust y'all head tops.
Don't post me. Don't post me."
I mean, obviously he's feeling some heat. I mean, it sounds like to me when he had his hit record. People were riding the wave, and then as soon as the hit record died off, he stopped getting that love, and then he's felt that intensity of that anger. So now he's back hot again with the Nicki and the Vybz Kartel. He's saying keep that same energy. You know what I mean? But it's just of course he doesn't want the same energy. He wants the love because obviously he's promoting the record, but he's angry and he has a right to. So we're going to talk about that.
And that centers on the repost again. Right. So that's to show you people reposting and sharing content is very, very powerful right now in this landscape. V Monroe, you have something?
Yeah.
What the saddest thing about the whole situation is people act like it's costing them anything to repost something. Reposting and sharing is free 99.
Oh my God.
You do not have to pay for it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And a lot of times people want you to support them, but they don't want to support other people.
Yeah.
Right. And so talk about that. So a lot of these big artists, they feel that way, that people are not supporting their music unless they do something.
Not only big artists.
Right. I was about to get there.
It could be the small time man too.
How about the small time people who feel this way? Like And I'm pretty sure we see it. It's evident that a lot of small artists, a lot of the time, they're not getting the love. They don't have the followers. They don't have the numbers, but they have good material.
All right.
Right. So that kind of influenced them feel like they need to post something negative as well. You know,
that's why you have so many female artists out there showing their butts,
right,
breasts all out, singing about
good point.
How good their vagina skills are,
right?
Because it seems like that's the only thing that people pay attention to.
All right,
that's the message. That's what's spreading.
Right. So here's my thing: if you're artist X, right, artist X, and you want people to support you, you want people to share your content, share your music, and all that stuff. You want the blogs to share your stuff. Everyone is out there on social media. Everyone is in their own lane. They're trying to do their thing. They're pushing their business. They're pushing their blog. They're pushing their product or whatever. So do you share other people's stuff?
Right. So now, and it's funny you mentioned that because Popcorn just had a
if I'm giving you strength, do you share me? Do you give me strength?
So we're going to talk. Popcorn had a little meme right now where he's making a statement saying that people outside of Jamaica share his music more than Jamaican.
Yeah.
Right. And V Monroe, you made a speech on it earlier. You were saying, but do Popcorn interact with people?
Exactly. Interaction
we're going to get into that.
Super important.
So so what you're saying is he's expecting people to just automatically share his content, but he's not interacting. He's not showing love. He's not reaching out to vloggers.
Exactly.
So then do these artists
it's not exclusive of Popcorn. It's just artists in general.
Right. But do these artists have a case of entitlement and they're not reciprocating back to the audience, the same people that they would like for them to repost? That could be a cause of why. Right.
It's not only him though. It's so many. Even these Instagram celebrities or influencers, they're all the same thing. I feel like when people reach this certain level of Instagram success,
right,
they forget who brought them there. So you still need to interact with your followers. You still need to. When people leave kind comments, it takes nothing just to hit like or say thank you. I understand if you cannot reach out to every single person, but just showing your fans that you appreciate them goes a long way.
So how about these artists or these people who they don't even have fans? They don't even, but yet you give them love because you love their content. You repost it, and they don't even respond to your repost with nothing. They don't give you a like. They don't give you a muscle. They don't give you nothing. Well, how about them?
Because that's kind of like
what are they thinking? What's going through their mind? Why they don't want to give you back?
In their mind, they feel like, okay, if I don't respond, they'll think I'm popping enough.
Yeah.
So it's all.
So
like
hold on.
We got to slow that down.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So social media is the new streets,
right?
Everyone is on social media now. No one is in the street anymore. So if I give you love, so this is kind of like one of the unwritten rules on social media.
Right.
If I give you love, I'm not supposed to acknowledge the love that I give that you give me.
In the real world, you should, but this is a social media world. They don't do it.
So when we're in the streets or whatever, when we're in the streets or we're in the club, and I give you love, right? I run into you in the streets. I run, yo, I go on, dog. Yeah, man. 9 out of 10 times, if I give you love, you're gonna give me back love, whether or not if the love is real or not.
Right.
But on social media,
on
social media, when I give you love, is there like an unwritten rule that I should act like I don't see the love?
Right. Well, listen, you should know, because I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but there was a certain incident where there's a certain individual.
Yeah, man.
You see them in the club, you see them in the street, they show you mad love, but they don't like a post.
Right. So
they don't repost nothing.
So what is that? So now, and that's the thing. So it's the etiquette of social media to not follow the laws of,
because you're not popping. This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
So
if they feel like you're not popping enough, if you're
Yeah.
not popping enough, they're not going to respond to you because you're not popping enough.
Right.
But if I see you in the street, I'm gonna say what up.
Right.
I'm gonna say, hey, what's up, Wagwan, popcorn, what up?
So now,
but
again, I want to kind of like
this with him.
I want to bring this back around. So at the top, at the start, I said there's a culture. So this is the way of life This is the way of life. This is that has formulated on social media. That when people give you love,
you know what? There was
it's not cool to acknowledge the love,
right? And
and it's not cool to reciprocate the love.
But the thing is, you know what? That's like it's like hustling backwards. Because honestly, you're trying to network as an artist to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Obviously, if you network by showing love, by interacting with your fans or your supporters or whoever, it's only gonna make it beneficial to you to get more audience.
But they don't see it like that.
They don't see it. But so then, I mean, it needs to be some kind of awareness to that fact. And this is why we're talking about
it. Don't work unless the other person's on the other end of the shoes reciprocating that.
Right.
When they're getting that energy that they was giving somebody else, that's when they start to realize, like, dag, when your 15 minutes of fame is over and you realize all that love that you was getting, you're not getting it anymore, then you start looking to see who you can gravitate to. And then you're like...
Let me tell you something.
Sad.
Let me tell you something. This is real life. Forget social media. Because sometimes people get caught up in the social media and forget the real life element.
I just want to say one thing.
Man.
It's funny because Spice, we talked about the first dancehall artist who got 1 million followers, is actually an artist that interacts with her fans.
Yes, it does.
And that's pretty much why she got the 1 million followers. But if you look through Spice's commentary, she's responding to basic, regular people, her fans on a regular basis. That's what she does. And I'm pretty sure she's been doing that from she had 10,000 to 50,000. So if artists want to get this gain this popularity, this fame, just follow Spice blueprint.
Yeah, man. But not only Spice.
Yeah.
Not only Spice. I always use
50 Cent.
50 Cent. But not only that, in our realms.
He trolls.
50 Cent trolls, but I'm talking about in our realms.
Right.
The legendary Bounty Killer.
Yes.
All right. If Bounty Killer, the legendary Bounty Killer, can come, because I see Bounty Killer do this all the time.
Right.
If Bounty Killer can go on any random person who has 200 followers and acknowledge that person sharing his material and say thank you, or even acknowledge it.
Right.
Artist X, who's complaining that he doesn't get any love, when you get that love, why can't you go on that person's page and say, yo, thank you?
Right.
But
hold up.
But you're saying that the way of life on social media is to pretend as if like you're too big for that.
To say thank you.
That's the culture I'm seeing on social media.
But what I'm saying is like, okay, Bounty Killer, everybody, we love Bounty Killer.
Yeah, man.
I don't want anybody to feel like I'm disrespecting him because I'm not.
Right.
So just making that clear.
Right. Yeah, man.
But right now, Bounty is not on the top of his career
let's talk about,
like how he was before.
Musically.
Right.
Musically.
So what I'm saying now, and that goes back to me saying with people, when they're at the height of their career, they don't acknowledge their fans. It's not until they're not doing anything and they realize like, dag, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like,
100%.
the money's drying up.
Right.
What I gotta do? Then they start reaching out to the fans.
Now, Rick Ross is an advocate. This guy, he's a hip hop artist who interacts with the fans. He's also sharing content from basic regular rappers who haven't made it.
Right.
So so it shows that someone who's relevant in our music industry right now does it, and it works for him. So that, and we as dancehall Jamaicans, or Jamaican individuals, we always look towards the dancehall community for inspiration and influence. So you can see right there where hip hop artist Rick Ross is actually showing that same characteristic that Bounty Killer does of interacting with the common man and reposting the common man. So that's something you should follow.
But when Rick Ross was at the height of his career, was he doing that?
You know what? I can't tell you that right now because
Yeah. All that I'm saying is that, and I'm not even talking about, I want to focus on the artists that really aren't as big as a Rick Ross or big as a Bounty Killer.
Right.
Because there are a million artists.
They're picking up the same attitude.
There are a million artists right now.
They're picking up the same attitude as of someone who.
And it's not even exclusive of artists. It's just anybody who's pushing music, any kind of business on social media.
Right.
Everyone wants that support.
True.
But do you support the people who are supporting your stuff?
Right.
Because obviously, when you share something, is you're not sharing it for other people, to give you love. It's out of the kindness of your heart.
Right.
But if I keep supporting you, and you see I have a movement too,
right,
and you don't support my movement,
right,
how do you expect me to support your movement?
There's gonna be some kind of resentment that grows inside.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So artist X, artist Y, or boutique A, boutique B, whatever. You have a business, whatever, you're an artist, and you want that support. You want that repost. You know, because that's really the most important thing nowadays, to have people see your stuff. Are you supporting people
No.
the way how you would like people to support you?
No. Well, I can, something, I can't speak ill about, for the most part, like, I feel like people don't support, but there's always an exception to the rule.
Yeah, man.
There's this guy named On Track. I don't know if you know On Track.
On Track. Yeah, man. On Track.
On Track.
I don't know him personally, but I know who he is.
Okay, well, On Track is one of those people. He has a large following base. He has businesses, but he does support other people's businesses.
Yeah.
He reposts. At one time, he had something on social media where he was talking about if you're a business owner, DM me your business and I'm gonna post it.
Yeah.
And he did it.
And that's the mentality that we need to take on.
Right.
All right. I want to shout out some people in our network. Mm-hmm. I want to shout out two people in particular.
Right.
I want to shout out Lexi from Wagwan Dancehall.
Right.
Shout out to Lexi.
Shout out to Lexi. You know what I mean? And also Current Things. Current Things is a great blog.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And they support our thing and we support their thing. But pretty much we have this little culture that goes on between myself at Reggae Music Forever, aka For Real, Current Things, and Lexi.
Right.
Anything that Lexi puts up, as long as I have the time, I share it. Lexi don't have to ask me.
Right.
Anything Current Thing blog put up, I share it. She doesn't have to ask me.
Right.
Anything that I put up that's worthwhile, whatever, anything that we're doing, she share it. I don't have to ask her.
Right.
AKA For Real, likewise.
Right.
People should not ask you to put up their stuff. The love should be reciprocated.
Especially if you appreciate the content that
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times
that's the culture that we should be cultivating.
True. I mean, a lot of the times we have fans that love our content. They just don't like anything. You see them in your stories. You look first person that look at your story. But yet, when it comes to you posting on the
those are not
timeline,
fans. Those are not fans.
Well, they're on. And you know what? I want to introduce this term. It's called tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, man, tall poppy syndrome.
Right. And tall poppy syndrome is an Australian term.
Look it up, people. Google it.
Look it up. It's a term describing people who envy individual for a specific talent or a specific something that they might have.
So what Jamaican people call it?
Bad mind.
Bad mind.
And because this individual has a talent, they choose not to validate this person's talent by not giving them attention, not looking, not liking, not clapping, for them when they win.
So basically you saying people want to see you doing good, just not better than them.
Right.
Okay.
So,
yeah, man.
Tall poppy syndrome.
And Reggae Talk, our mantra is to build each other up and don't tear each other down. So we always try to live that life. We don't just say it, but we do it. And that's what we're trying to do in the culture. We're trying to uplift people. We're trying to show people that, listen, if you see something, share it. You know what I mean? Don't keep it to yourself.
You know what I noticed the pattern? If someone doesn't like something, then they share it. Oh, look at this guy.
That is a great point.
Look at this guy doing such and
Let's
such.
talk about that.
I remember there was one
Let's talk about that.
post where it was
they share what they don't like.
It was a rapper actually putting a gun in his mouth and he's like it was
acting like he doing something crazy.
And he had on like a wedding dress. And I looked at my timeline. I seen it over and over and over. Same thing with Trinidad James, right? I'm not to drop names, but I remember when he did the song Digga, and it was the fact that he looked like Tyrone from Martin.
Yeah.
Everyone was reposting. Look at this guy. But that made him big. So when you're reposting the things that you don't like, you're supporting the artist, right? So same thing like Tekashi 6ix9ine when he just blew up.
And that's the reason why artists do all those outlandish.
Right. So this is why artists gonna do something that you might not like just for that repost effect. Tekashi 6ix9ine came with rainbow colored hair, all that stuff that rappers traditionally are go against. And people like, oh, look at this rapper with colorful hair. The repost effect caused people to start reposting. Eventually you blew the person up. So you're blowing people up that you don't like. And then eventually you like them, I guess. But
No, they like him now that he's in jail. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Weird.
When he was out, everybody was talking trash.
Right.
And then he gets locked up and everyone's like, oh my God.
Free
he's such a good. Or when someone dies, which is crazy to me. When a person's alive,
thing. Like they don't
show no love.
But then once you die, he's the best. I love his music. But you never said that. I just posted something about that saying celebrate your friends when they're alive. Don't wait till they die. Let's not even talk about
friends.
Oh, well, just to say celebrate people like that you appreciate their content. It's like Picasso. Picasso has some beautiful pieces of art. It's not until he died these pieces became like the best art in the world. And same thing like Bob. Bob had certain songs, Tupac, Biggie. They had certain songs that when they were out, it was like underground, under the radar. They died. Every single song became a hit factor.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, man. So we felt this conversation is definitely relevant because this is the trend we're seeing on across social media, and I'm starting to see some unwritten rules. For example, when people share your stuff, it's cool. It's cool to not acknowledge it. You know what I mean?
Or not hit like, but
or not hit like, but
Insta stories.
You look at it, but you're not gonna acknowledge it, and you're definitely not gonna write on it. But yet still, you're complaining that
no one's
that people don't support you,
right?
But
the ones that are supporting you, you're not giving them no recognition to make them do it over and over, right? You see, of course, that's going to discourage them. They're showing you love.
That's the thing.
They're showing you love, and you're not giving them no acknowledgement to be like, yo, bless up, give thanks. They're going to be like, oh, he ain't better than me. They're going to feel away. I mean, obviously, you're going to lose a fan that way. So, honestly, psychologically, it makes no sense not to give your supporter their appropriate appreciation for supporting you.
That just goes to show you how much of a sick world that we in right now.
Sick and confused.
Because the things that I see people reposting, and not only like just weird things, like they posting things that you shit. Like. Things that you should not be reposting, and they reposting it and everyone laughs at it. But when your friend starts a business, you don't repost that.
Right.
When your friend drops a new single, you don't repost that.
I just seen a meme like that. It says, your closest people is not going to support you like the strangers. Strangers 100% are going to support you more than your closest friends.
I guess that's why Popcorn was going off saying what he was saying.
Right.
But he's not too innocent in this himself either.
Yeah, man. But my thing is that if you're small time, I understand that, the business people or the celebs or the artists who have like 1 million plus followers and all this, they can't respond to everyone.
But if Spice can respond to people,
that's true.
Yeah.
People make time for what they want to make time
that's
for.
That's true.
Right.
You could simply put a post up saying, guys, there's so many comments. I thank you and I appreciate all your love. I can't respond to everybody. That's not gonna take out
and
a whole bunch of time out of your life.
Appreciate everyone,
I mean, everyone faces are down in their phone. The other day I was driving to work, and dude was crossing the street, and his head was down in his phone.
It's the new streets. It's literally the new streets. You look in a party in a club, right?
That's why social media is important.
Yeah, everyone is in the club, but they're actually in their phones.
Yeah, because they got to post on social media.
They got to post. They're looking where
they're trying to see what's happening.
They want to make sure no one is as lit as they are. So you're in a party and you're not even in the party. You're actually in your phone.
I had a girl tell me, this girl has a lot of followers. I want to say like 14K. And she told me, you got to fake it till you make it. Okay. She puts on this lifestyle in front of social media that she
sounds like a lot of people.
She doesn't work. Whatever she does is all that she does.
That's it for the
she lives. She basically is living a lie, and people believe it. People actually believe it. So that's just another unwritten rule in social media. Also, you got to fake it till you make it.
Yeah. I mean,
you got to look like you popping. If you don't look like you popping, then
you got to be living your best life to get people to be interested in your life. I mean, everyone struggles, but no one likes to see someone else struggle. For instance, on social media, everyone went through struggles, and everyone, you went through struggles, they respect you for it. But if you were to put a picture on social media with you in your house and you see rats on the floor and you see like
they will go off on you.
Right,
Yeah,
now
Sleep on a mattress.
they're gonna diss you. They're gonna shame you for going through the struggle. But yet, we all claim to be real and we respect the struggle. But yet, someone goes through a struggle. Someone got a bad hair day. They don't have the bread because they worked all week. They taking care of their kids. Such and such. They ain't got the time. But yet, oh, look at her hair. You're gonna diss her up
Negative.
because
They're just negative.
yo, the struggle is real. So now everyone is put into a predicament where they have to be perfect. Their house got to be the perfect condition. Their attire got to be different every time. Their hairstyle, their shape up, everything got to be on fleek. If it's not on fleek, you're not lit.
All right.
Now, that's what social media are.
All right.
Instagram
So if you're back to the music again.
Yeah.
If you're an artist, you're not really big time. You probably have about 18, 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
Right? And you
Sounds like me.
you have a small man. You have a small time man who share your music, right?
Yeah.
Share your music. He drop every emoji in the keypad on your music. Every emoji, 1 million muscles on fire and all kind of stuff. Right? You don't like it. You see it. But again, it's the unwritten rules.
Now,
you don't like it and you don't comment. But guess what now? When a bigger artist, when a big time person share your stuff,
right,
you put it up right away.
Yo, these people are wave riders. They
cloud chasers, like they call it in the hip hop word.
They wait for everyone else to jump on your wave it's like they're sitting waiting for everyone else to jump on your wave for them to validate and say, yeah, I've been a fan. Now that's not cool. We're all trendsetters. I mean, we can all be trendsetters, but we rather prefer to be wave riders. I mean, I don't get it. It's like the generation of wave riders, not the generation of trendsetters. Like back in the days back before social media era, when let's say Ecamos, because that post you made today, Ecamos coming up with his own style, right? He came up with his own style, his own talks, own slangs, and everything, and people were like receptive. They loved it. It's something new. They follow it. Right? Now everyone else, right? In these times, you got to be following what's hot, right? So that's not cool, man. It's best to be creative and be yourself.
Yeah, well, they don't want that. And then there's a lot of people that are opportunists as well. Okay, they don't see the potential in you until someone else sees the potential in you.
That's true.
And then when they see the potential, when other people start to see the potential in you, then they start coming around. And then that's when they start posting these old pictures like, oh, my bro.
To talk about
hey,
those
sis.
People, and to talk about the people with the ulterior motives who, they slide, they hit you up. Oh, hey, they pretend like they're just there for casual, just to be a friend and such. But then yet a couple posts later, they're hitting you up. Oh, I got this record for Buddha, and I'm sure he can relate. Yo, I need you to repost this.
I get that every day, man. I get. I mean, I don't really want to talk. I don't want this podcast to be about the blog at Reggae Music Forever.
Mm-hmm.
But since you brought that up, I mean, there's not a day that passes and I don't get at least 15 to 20 emails from people who are asking me to repost their stuff.
But yet, are they reposting the Reggae Talk content?
Are you even following Reggae Talk?
These are people who, some of them follow me, some of them don't. They see my content. They see what we're trying to do. I mean, dude, obviously I have a blog and everything, but you do see my movement. Do you show me love? You want me to show you love, right? I don't know your song. I don't know nothing about your stuff or whatever. I never checked it out. But you're asking me to repost your stuff.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But are you showing me love?
I mean, I don't want to be all biblical, but
you know what I mean?
The first thing my parents taught me was do unto others as you would like them to do unto you.
Absolutely.
So now going forward in life, I learned to show people respect because I want respect. So in life, in reality, in the streets, I show people certain type of respect. I tell people thank you, you're welcome. I talk with certain
exactly.
So in social media, it should have this same ethic of you showing me respect,
the etiquette,
right? The same, yeah. And this is all we're saying, that if the real life we practice these principles of showing each other respect, it should also transfer into social media. Just because you're in a phone or behind a computer doesn't
mean that the real life values
take away from your humility of being a person who shows.
I like that word.
It's another person who's you're talking to. It's another person with a life, another person with a family, another person with a movement. And just like how you have them, a lot of these people are selfish.
You want my strength. But are you giving me strength?
You know what's so crazy? It was like,
are you? And then, I mean, sometimes I put some stuff up, and it's because everything I put up is like I always say, whatever I put up is nothing promotional. And I'll never change that model. I'm not charging for nothing. It's what I like. I put up. But if I don't like your content and you keep emailing me every day asking me to share your stuff.
It's harassment.
You keep emailing me asking me to share your stuff.
It's social media harassment.
Then I'm gonna be saying to myself, yo, dude, are you even supporting my movement? You know what I mean? Are you giving me strength?
Right. I mean, that's the way the world works.
This is hilarious, and it's so funny that you even bring this up because I remember two situations, both panned out the same exact way. A couple of years ago, I had spoken to this individual about this person. I'm like, you should really work with this person. This person has this visual. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
This person has this vision. You're doing this. I feel like you guys will work amazing together.
Yeah.
It will be a good team. You doing this, you doing that. It works.
Build each other up.
Person
Yeah, man.
basically dismissed what I had to say. Okay. 3 years later, you see where this whole movement
right
is
where
at
we're at
now.
right now.
Right.
And this individual is just lurking.
Yeah, man.
Just trying to figure out how they could reel the person back in.
Yeah.
And it was just like, to me, it's like,
that's what they do.
When I told you about this situation or what was going on and this movement was happening 3 years ago, you wasn't even trying to hear me. Now you actually see it coming into fruition.
Yeah.
Now you want to jump on the bandwagon.
Now,
you wasn't shooting in the gym.
You know what I'm saying? Now my thing is, and I don't want to share the same energy of those who practice these negative.
Like you always say, when they go low,
I go high.
Okay, so, Michelle.
When they go low, you go high.
More like Obama. But yeah, definitely. The thing is, I mean, all right, if we gotta practice.
But Fari, hold on.
What we preach.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Yeah.
If someone keep going low. That sound crazy though. Go low.
Oh yeah. Why?
Why? If someone keep going low, you're gonna continue going high.
Let's hear this.
No, you just blank them out.
You gonna keep
blank them out.
Turning the other cheek.
If you keep sharing somebody's stuff and giving, as a matter of fact, let's get into real life.
Right.
When you go to work,
you know what?
No, let me finish.
I'm being realistic. I had this conversation with Info actually the other day, and I'm going to work every day. I'm saying good morning. Good morning
that's what I was going to talk about.
People feel like they're too good to say good morning back, and you know what? I still say good morning because that's just my character. That's who I am. I have to say good morning because that's just how I was raised. Eventually, I mean, these people, they have their own little intense, their thought process. I don't know what they have in their mind, but eventually it cracked them down. It worked them down to the point where they're saying good morning back.
So pretty much you go out of your way to be like, good morning.
It's not to say I go out my way. It's just who I am. I'm not going to change who I am just because you are a different way. So then I become who you are. I'm just going to be me.
So what if you say good morning to the person and you and that person make eye contact?
Listen.
And you know that person heard you say good morning and saw you.
Here's what I'm saying. I feel good. I feel good when I say good morning. And I feel like a person who, let's say, I could go sleep at night, and I don't know.
Your conscience
is free. I don't know what this person is going through. I don't know, but I feel good. I walk away feeling like I'm the better person in that moment of me saying good morning. You're not saying it. I feel like you're the lesser of a human being for not being a humility person. So I'm not gonna practice what you're doing, and then now I become this evil person, like who you are.
V Moreau, what do you think?
I'm not saying you gotta be an evil person, but I just would remove myself out the situation. Like for me, like it was a lot of people who doubted me and what I wanted to do, and they didn't believe in what I wanted to do. They didn't think that I would be where I am right now, and that's cool. But I see you for who you are. You stay over there, and I'm gonna stay over here.
Now that's
treat people
no love lost.
Treat people the way you like to be treated.
Matching energy,
and it goes right back around to the music.
Right.
Matching energies. That's it.
If you want people to give you love,
now
give love.
My thing is,
are you giving love?
Right. My thing is, I'm not gonna discredit you as a human being and not give you the same respect that I would prefer to get. But what I would do in a sense of business. Now I know that I'm gonna, when I do make it to a certain level of business, I am gonna charge you the top price.
All money ain't good money though. Certain people,
you sound like trilogy right now. Your shots of trilogy music, man.
Certain people just need to
that
stay
bag. You bought that bag. That's that bag talk.
They gotta look back to episode 8 for that.
But
one. Episode
honestly
7.
speaking, all money is not good money. And if the person show you who they are, that doesn't necessarily mean you need to break bread with that person. Sometimes you just gotta leave people where they at.
True.
That's a fact.
True.
Leave them right where they at. Because if you show, prime example, what we had discussed today with this individual, this girl, in that situation, she basically was trying to utilize me for my platform based on somebody else's platform.
Wow.
And when she realized that I wasn't with it, she jumped to the next person who she felt.
I've been through that.
Yeah.
I've helped certain people to.
So she would get close to me to get to you, get close to you to get to this person.
There's people like that,
and just basically clout chasing.
Right.
Once I see that, I know that you genuinely don't rock with me.
Right.
Stay where you at.
Let's get back around to the artists.
It's good to
and the DJs right now.
It's good to personalize things so people could kind of have an understanding.
It's to show you the level.
When we talk about our it does have a lot to do with what we talk about. We just not dropping no names.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But I'm going to show you the correlation between that conversation, the real life shit, and the artists.
Right.
And the DJs, and we could say fans, whatever, on social media.
Right.
If you go to your favorite DJ page right now, or you go to your favorite artist, forget DJ, your favorite artist page right now.
DJs are important too.
Hear what I'm saying?
They are important.
I guarantee you probably won't see much promotion of other artists or of other any kind of business on their page.
True.
Artists generally don't promote other artists. You might see 1 or 2
unless they have a collab, unless they collaborate.
Yeah.
I'm actually guilty.
DJs who are supposed to promote the music, they generally don't. The DJs, believe it.
Oh yeah,
payola. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
They generally, and the DJ job is to introduce music to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
They generally don't share, don't put artists or put other people on their social media
it's
either.
Funny you mention that because back in the days,
that shows you where we are right now.
Back in the days,
why is that happening?
Of music industry, we knew that like dancehall artists, reggae artists, they collaborated a lot.
Yep.
You could see 10 artists on a stage at one time working.
Reggae artists, hip hop artists collaborated.
Right. But it's like you said, it's a new trend.
It's like a tit for tat. Yo,
new trend.
This someone now post my thing.
And you can even see.
So me now post film. You're not posting me, I'm not posting you. Yeah. So we got to get to a point where it's commonplace where if you release an album, if you're not, I don't even want to talk too much about the big time people, the small time man, the local DJs around New York City, the local artists around New York City, the local artists in the UK, the local artists in Florida, no matter which metro area you are, no matter which country. If you see an artist in your segment is doing their thing or whatever,
right,
within yourself, you should squash that ego and give that man a strength.
Yo, unity is strength, man.
Yeah, because guess what? Oftentimes, all you need to do is to open up that channel of communication.
Right.
Because he might see it and say, yo, man, give me that strength. Say, you know what?
You highlighted it.
It's a copycat.
You highlighted it. It's
but how do
ego.
we get to that point though?
Yo,
ego is a hell of a thing.
Ego, squash that ego.
But how?
I'm gonna give you an example.
It goes back to what we just spoke about of you saying good morning to someone every morning and they're not saying your ego is gonna be crushed. Like this person think he's better than me. Forget about this person. I'm not. It's ego. Ego works like that. So it's not easy as you make it sound. You know. So.
But
it's a copycat thing.
But how are we
you see social media?
That point?
Right.
V Monroe, social media. What I realize, I'm on social media every day and I see things. and I always see things and I'm like, social media is a very, very copycat culture.
Way you follow.
People don't do things until they see other people doing things. Right?
It's a bandwagon.
All right, it's a bandwagon.
Yeah.
It's a bandwagon thing. So I'm going to give you, and the bandwagon. It could be genuine, and it also could be a copycat thing. So let me finish this point. So, case in point, Artist X. I'm not going to call any names because I see it happening on the social media right now.
Me too.
But me not call a name.
Yeah.
Me not deal with that.
But a lot of times it has a lot to do with clout.
But you me I say it's clout. You me I say no. So Artist X, right?
Yeah.
Artist X, okay, them have a little movement and thing. People start reposting it, right? People start reposting it. You might see a girl repost it. You might see a man repost it. A DJ repost it. Now, you're connected. You're in that little social circle.
You got clout.
You're in that little social circle now.
Right.
So if you don't repost it, then
people feel
Artist X is going to be looking at you like, yo, man, I repost my thing, and this man I repost my thing.
Right.
So eventually, what do you think? What do you think that person's gonna do?
He's gonna repost.
He's gonna repost it. But guess what? The repost might not be genuine.
Right.
But they repost it, and then it becomes a domino effect.
Yeah.
Other people start reposting it because they see that the big artist reposting it. Other people start reposting it. Other people start reposting it.
That's the culture that we're in right now.
So basically,
It's a
you need a
copycat thing.
cosign. You need a cosign from somebody bigger.
Big.
Basically. And that's so crazy because somebody even told me, like with my business, that I should get an influencer to wear my stuff.
You see that?
And let me tell you
Look on
something.
that.
I don't need an influencer to wear any of my stuff because the people who support me are regular people with regular 9-to-5 jobs, and they support me consistently. They repost my stuff, and I don't need an influencer. I had an influencer at my first event, and she could barely pull 2 people.
Give me a lion pump.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yo. That's what
the person told me that. Oh, you need an influencer.
That's what I'm seeing on the social media. It's a copycat thing. Once you get a big time person to share the content,
cosign.
It's co-sign it,
right?
Or you get somebody in that circle to co-sign it,
right?
Then it spirals. It starts spiraling out of control, and when I say out of control, it starts becoming a little bit viral, a little bit viral.
You know what's so crazy?
That's what happened with Bobby Shmurda.
And if that never happened,
the dance. Remember, he got the co-sign from Meek Mills, and then from that, it was a domino effect.
And that's why, and in a more positive light, that's why it's very important that if you see somebody's stuff,
you repost it.
You repost it.
If you like it.
You got to open up the channel.
If you like it, repost it.
You got to open up the channels.
Right.
You can't sit there. You're an artist or you're a painter or you're whatever you do, and someone in your line of work, they're doing work and you see it in yourself, your bad mind.
Right.
Your bad mind because of whatever reason. That person might have more followers than you or whatever.
Right.
No. You share the work. If you like it, you share it.
Right. If you like it, share
Don't just see it. Don't just like it
and purposely say I like it, but I'm not sharing it.
I'm not sharing it because he's not sharing it.
Or because it's such and such person, or
just
that person.
If you like it, share it.
Or she's because I wanted to do what she was doing, and not getting
side, if the person shares your work, acknowledge the individual and give him back that same strength.
And that's the unwritten rules we were talking about earlier. That's the unwritten rules. A lot of these dudes.
So keep that movement going of just putting your ego to the side, sharing what you like, and for the flip side, the person that got shared, you then acknowledge the person that shared your content and also give them a strength by sharing something that you like.
100%.
That's it.
100%.
Unity is strength.
It's free 99.
And it multiplies.
That it doesn't
free,
cost you anything.
You know what?
That's what Rick Ross said. It don't cost you $1 to share.
It don't.
At this point, I'm gonna practice that on my page, and I'm gonna see if we could start a trend.
Man.
You should do
start a movement.
Start a movement.
Start the movement, yo. I do that. I do that every day.
I do it too.
I have a blog.
You definitely do.
I have a blog or whatever.
So
but you're artist.
My thing different.
You're artist. If I see our next artist, who is doing the damn
I've
thing.
actually been taking a conscious effort, and I've been sharing a lot of artists that
who do the damn thing.
But please share good people, because sometimes y'all be posting some people, and I'm like,
but my taste.
Yo,
my
me
taste
personally,
my taste might be different from yours.
No.
Me personally,
I'm a music head.
I like new talent. I love new talent.
Yeah, you can have new talent, but it has to be good talent.
Yeah, true.
I take pride in what I share on my page. That's why I don't share everything.
Because if my product is trash, I want you to be like, nah, it's trash.
It's a fact, though.
That's a good point for me to plug some. People link for all you guys who are hitting me up every day about sharing your stuff. The reason why I don't share your stuff is because I don't like it.
He's got to keep
Simple.
it real.
The reason why I don't share your stuff is because I don't like it.
It's a fact, though.
That's the main reason. The main reason. Because if I can't play your song,
and I can advocate because you literally share anything you like.
If I can't vibe to your song, those of you who follow my social media, look at my stories or whatever. I'm always playing music in my car. If I can't vibe to your music, then my page is not a payola. You don't pay. It's not pay for my service or whatever.
Right.
Where you link me and you pay me and I put it up, no matter if it's good or it's trash.
Yeah.
It's my little blog who people happen to appreciate, and I want that blog to represent my taste.
Cause Shayna gonna be in our ear like, yo,
Shayna gonna be like, yo,
what kind of trash you posted on it? Yo.
You know, by the time I went into his DM, like, what is this?
Yeah, man.
What is this?
And that's one model I'm never ever gonna change. I'm never ever gonna change that model, because once people start paying to be shared on social media, that takes away the
your credibility,
and the quality, because
exactly.
money takes you anywhere. You know, once your stuff is trash.
There's a lot of vloggers that took a payment and they just went under the dirt.
Yeah,
they're gone.
I'm not doing that.
And
I never do that.
Any names, but
you know,
that's why when the guy was telling me, "Oh, you should get an influencer," I'm not paying anybody to wear my stuff and tell somebody to buy it, because what if it's trash?
Yeah, man.
I want genuine support from people who actually love my stuff and can actually attest to it, like, "Oh, yo, this girl's stuff is real good," or.
Yeah, man.
Hey!
Yo, Dancer.
Dropping them bombs again.
Dropping a bomb.
Bombs away.
Bombs away.
And so if he posting stuff on his page that because you know I'm a music head, I will be in that DM like,
what is this, bro?
What is this?
Yeah, man. But we wanted to talk about this because this is something that I've been seeing, and there's definitely a culture.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that can relate, and they're probably pre in the culture.
Artists,
like, yeah, man.
I mean, artists, fans.
It's a good topic. I think a lot of people. I want to hear from you guys.
Not only artists, business people.
Definitely.
Everyone. Social media is powerful.
Or even fans. It's common fans who like artists who probably repost,
share their stuff, and they act like they don't see it.
I've heard from a lot of people.
Man,
who tell me like, yo, I lose off of such and such because
I'm share the man thing, dog, and the man going like you don't see it.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not even talking. If you're a big time artist, you probably don't even see it.
Right.
But if you're not really a big time artist,
big time artists see it.
Everybody
see it.
That's
okay,
true.
Everyone sees it.
True that. Maybe them busy.
Everyone see it.
Maybe them busy.
Not when you look at the thing and it said "seen."
True that.
Okay, that's
real
not
talk,
an excuse.
real talk.
I had one dude come tell me, "Oh, you're never gonna be popping because you got to take off your clothes. You got to show people." Yeah.
Yo,
this was somebody I was dating told me that. Stop being a creep.
Oh, I go on.
So creepy.
Oh, I go on.
Yo, look a rum come like the rum kind of strong dog.
Yo,
the
rum bust the head,
yo, you know,
rum bust
no more drinking for you. Put it down.
Oh, I go on.
But seriously, that's what this person told me. They like, yo, honestly speaking, you ain't never gonna bust you because you are not, showing your assets. You have to do these things.
Like
your assets.
He didn't say assets. I'm just cleaning it up. I can't because you're going to have to bleep it out.
You know what I mean?
You're going to have to bleep it out.
Yeah.
But he was basically telling me that I had to be half naked on social media if I wanted my business to pop. I'm like, okay, well, I guess my business is not going to pop because me not show nobody my button.
Well, you know
I
what?
think he wanted more than your business to pop.
You know what?
Shut up.
My thing is, listen, man. If you're, that's not your lifestyle, do not do it. Anything that's gonna
selling your soul.
Right? Because the thing is, about a lot of these artists, they do things that they're not 100% happy or proud of, and are not artists, just people.
No for artists.
But right, and then
Upon gauge.
right, and they gotta live with them, and then they come back. They say like I wasn't. So now the thing is, do what makes you happy.
Be yourself.
And be yourself.
Yes.
Don't do anything.
Stick to your values.
Yes.
Yo, this is why me personally, I for real, the realist, I actually just stick to doing what makes me happy, and I don't do any gimmicks, anything that can jeopardize me, myself, who I am, and.
Because at the end of the day, you gotta live with it.
And I'm proud of myself.
And those good people would be drawn to you.
I can go into like my professional scene, and I'm proud to show people my social media, and proud to be who I am.
Exactly.
Because I don't do anything that's jeopardizing to my principles that I live by.
And at the end of the day, those people who are going to follow you, or they're going to support you, or that genuinely want to support you, are going to support you by being you. Doing all these gimmicks and all these extra stuff is not even worth it, because at the end of the day, you just doing more damage to yourself.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Absolutely. So, peeps.
Yo, right now we talking to the choir.
Yeah, man.
Social media, they want to hear that. Yo,
so
pop that plenty.
We
That's
call
what
this,
they want to hear. That's what they want to hear.
Get them injection shots.
so we call this episode.
He said injection shots.
Social media, sharing culture. That's what we call this episode. Social media sharing culture, because we see some things, and we see a lot of unwritten rules and all those stuff,
aka clout chasing,
all that stuff. So now we want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this topic? What do you think? Do you see this happening?
Have you experienced
this?
Are you sharing other people's stuff?
Right.
Yeah, man. Upcoming artists.
Are you supporting upcoming artists?
Upcoming artists. Are you? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Are you supporting other people? Do you want support, but do you support other people?
Yeah.
Straight up.
You should do a poll, actually.
Yeah, man.
On your social media, asking, and let's see how many people vote.
Yeah. Real talk.
Let's see how many people put
Real
yes.
talk. Yeah, man. But I think we've pretty much covered everything. We definitely covered everything. Peeps, don't forget to follow us on the social media. Myself. Follow the blog at Reggae Music Forever, aka For Real.
AKA For Real. You don't know the thing, For Real the Realist.
Yeah, man.
At @IAM_V Monroe, or the V Monroe Collections. www.theVmonroeCollections.com.
Yeah, man. And don't forget, follow our executive producer, Dancehall_Dave. And
but wait, everybody wants to know, when is the next event?
The next event? Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, you ain't saying nothing.
Yo, we got something. 2019. 2019 is
can't really talk on it.
Litty.
we can't
Big things
we
are
can't
going.
talk about it, but 2019. Just look out.
Just wait for it.
Just look out for the level up, man. Along for the podcast itself, and we got something coming in 2019.
Yeah.
Just wait on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can say.
Can you drop the bomb now? When you need to drop the bomb, you ain't dropping the bomb.
Bomb on these.
I can't say we are having an anniversary event.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Our anniversary and Reggae Talk podcast anniversary event. Our first anniversary in 2019.
Yep.
We can say that is gonna happen. As far as date, place, all that stuff, we can't say that now, but we're definitely gonna have that. And we're hoping that that everything will come into
Not hoping, it's gonna happen.
fall into place, and we have something that's really we're just keeping our fingers crossed and all that stuff. But before I leave, you already know Reggae Talk podcast, build each other up. It's just ironic, because that's what we spoke about today. Build each other up and don't tear each other down. In the name of reggae and dancehall music, one love, one culture.
Reggae Talk.
Ciao.
Together it's forever. You're the only one for me. The only one for me. My bona fide, my main squeeze. In reality, in a daydream. You're the only one for me. The only one for me. My bona fide, my main squeeze. In reality, in a daydream.